werden hier von Ort zu Ort geschickt. Ohne dass wir irgendwas verstehen.
Stay in orbit or jump. Your call.
Ich sehe mein Schiff nicht. Ich kann mein Schiff auch nicht bewegen. What the fuck? Okay. Was ist denn der letzte Stern im Sternbild Skorpion? Kann man das nachvollziehen, wenn man die Karte irgendwie... Ne, wir haben den Wegpunkt. Aber das war ja irgendwie... Wäre das dann hier so? 70. 75. Ach du Scheiße. Okay. Oborum Prime ist also wohl der letzte Stern im Sternbild Skorpion. Hier. Ah, da waren wir auch schon mal. Da ist ein Tempel drauf. Okay, aber der Planet wird es ja nicht sein, weil darauf kann ich nicht landen. Welcher ist es denn jetzt? Das ist doch der Planet. Auf den kann ich aber nicht landen. Okay, aber ich spring mal. Ist da dann irgendwie eine Sternstation oder sowas in die Richtung? Er ist es, oder? Der Pilger. Weil er ist ja auch schon lange da. Wir haben ihn ja schon gesehen. Sehr am Anfang des Spiels, als wir in New Atlantis ankamen. Was meinst du damit?
Oh, please. Did you think I couldn't have found you again? Extinguished that little spark of competition for the artifacts before it grew stronger. I wanted to see what you would do. And I haven't been disappointed.
Vor ein Hyker Aquilus schickt mich. Als ob er Hüter Aquilus kennt. Aber wir machen, auch wenn ich ihn gerne vom Himmel ficken würde, fragen wir mal wegen der Allheit.
Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
Und wer ist das andere Mitglied, das für meine Sicherheit garantiert?
Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, they're your next best bet.
Wait, er ist kein Starborn.
Kind have not been pleasant, but we are here to talk.
Er ist kein Starborn. Die wollen nicht, dass er die Artefakte kriegt. Genauso wie sie auch nicht wollten, dass wir die kriegen. Führt ihr den Krieg?
Not a bad description, actually.
We'll explain when we meet. In person.
Nun.
See? We can all get along. For now.
Der Planet einfach, keine Ahnung, eine komplette Weltreise gemacht hat, während wir gesprochen haben.
Got my attention, Captain. Time to cycle the airlock and move.
Tja. Und wartende Begleiter ab. Muss ich alleine gehen? Oder warum?
What's happening, darling?
Did you need something?
Ah, anscheinend muss ich alleine gehen.
Sure, I would be happy to chat.
Und dann gehen wir mal alleine. Aber ihr habt dasselbe Outfit.
Hello. Again. You remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction.
Ah, du bist das also gewesen.
Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
Mhm. Ja, ihr habt uns angegriffen.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
Hab ich auch vor, dich zu töten und dir ja in deine Artefakte nehmen. Dann kann ich Gut, wir haben auch schon getötet, um an Artefakte zu kommen. Also. Erzählt mir was über die Allheit.
Yes. Let's talk about what really matters.
The unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
So, I gotta say, this part is more awkward than I thought. Hiding my face was way easier.
Nun, the fuck? Ich meine, ich habe schon eine Theorie. Weil ich hatte ja schon mal gesagt, ich weiß ja, was quasi New Game Plus ist. Ich werde aber nicht sagen. Weil ich habe eine Theorie, wie das sein kann.
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who ran to the eye. I left you behind to protect the artifacts. And the hunter killed you.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts. And they opened the way to the center of my universe. And the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds. Including yours.
Okay. Ja, gut, jetzt hat man es ja quasi schon gehört, ne? Also, New Game Plus ist quasi, dass du in andere Universen gehen kannst. Und die unterscheiden sich dann halt teilweise. Okay, und Allheit ist dann halt, ja, dieser Ort, wo du zu anderen Universen reisen kannst. Die Artefakte kommen also aus dieser Allheit, den Tempeln.
They are all connected.
Kannst auch gerne ein bisschen mehr sagen. Ich muss diese Allheit selbst sehen. Ja, aber ihr beide versucht, niemanden ranzulassen.
I have to. This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
Ich hatte erst gedacht, man ist das vielleicht selbst. Schon. Aber es ist der Hüter. Ja, aber warum kämpfen die Starborn darum? Heißt das, also du hast halt im jeden Universum, hast du diese Artefakte. Wie kann es eigentlich sein, dass im jeden Universum schon diese Artefakte sind? So, und nur wer dann halt die Artefakte hat, schafft es dann wieder in ein anderes Universum? Oder die...
It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going.
Gut, theoretisch sind wir so viel anders. Wir haben auch für Artefakte getötet. Das ist irgendwie so, ja, Captain Obvious. Oh,
Oh, say what you really mean. That if what you're seeing is true, that means anyone can act the way I do. See things how I see things. You say I can't be the same man as Aquilus. You're really just talking about yourself. The real monster lives within us all, doesn't it?
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
kombiniere mit einem von euch die Artefakte, wir betreten die Allheit. Wenn niemand, der meine Freunde umbringt, warum ihr zwei auch immer kämpft, ich will nichts damit zu tun haben.
Don't you understand what we're talking about? There's an infinite number of your friend out there in the multiverse. One is right over there. Besides, why fight me again when you don't have to?
I want a truce. Between all three of us. I will give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine. Or the Hunters.
Yes, let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
Ich sehe mich mal erstmal um. Wow. Okay, so viel gibt es hier anscheinend nicht zum Umsehen. Aber heißt das denn jetzt, wenn ich mit einem von denen rede, dass ich mich schon entscheide? Wir speichern mal.
I know we're not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it's good to see you again, old friend.
Oh, Mann.
You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that.
I'm sure you have more questions. Ask. I'll tell you everything I can.
Was passiert, wenn man die Allheit betritt?
It is not an easy experience to describe. But the Unity will speak to you. Offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion
Or is it testing us?
Wer war ich in deinem Universum? Wie war ich?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version. But so much of you stays the same. It's hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again. As yours won't have its real me.
Die Artefakte sollen also beschützt werden, damit sie nicht missbraucht werden?
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way.
Ja, aber das erklärt immer noch nicht, wer die Artefakte überhaupt erschaffen hat. Die Starborn dann ja nicht. Die suchen sie nur. Aber was genau ist das Amila?
When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
The emissary and their kind only want to control you.
Was bedeutet dir die Allheit? Warum tötest du für sie?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
Aber warum? Einfach nur, weil du die Macht haben willst? Oder willst du wirklich die anderen Universen sehen? Warum hast du uns
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
Warum hast du mich nach deinem Angriff auf die Lodge ziehen lassen?
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore.
Ihr habt euch meinetwegen getroffen?
No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. And it's a bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
Du sagst, die Sternblüter seien Heuchler. Warum?
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
Dann sind wir fürs
I'll
erste
tell
Mal
you
fertig.
everything I
Ne?
can. Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there. You must discover for yourself. Here. To open the way.
Der Mond der Erde?
Yes. I will say no more. And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
Mondbasisschlüssel. Ach du Schande. Erstmal skillen wir. Wir brauchen Spezialprojekte, aber damit wir Spezialprojekte machen können, müssen wir erstmal noch irgendwo einen Punkt investieren. Und ich würde sagen, den machen wir mal bei Medizin. Wahre Komponenten herstellen. Okay. So, warte mal. Du kannst Außenposten auf Planeten mit extremen Temperaturen bauen. Oh, das geht sonst nicht? Ach, Sonne, verpiss dich, du Hurensohn. Keiner will dich hier. Schiffsreaktoren produzieren eine zusätzliche Einheit in der... Oh! Das ist nice. Ja, das ergibt natürlich auch Sinn. Das Schiff heißt Scorpius. Skorpion. Na? Hast du...
Yes?
Nein, okay. Wahrscheinlich erst in der Lodge dann, ne? Wenn wir uns mit allen treffen. Ich frage mich, wäre der Gesandte in dem Fall Sarah, wenn sie gestorben wäre? Und nicht... nicht Sam? Das heißt, jeder Starborn arbeitet quasi für sich selbst, weil er die
Ship's
Kräfte
clear.
haben will, wa?
It's just us among the stars again, Captain.
Tja. Ich Ich weiß das ja schon länger, dass es da diese, ja, dieses New Game Plus gibt mit unterschiedlichen Universen dann. Aber ich weiß immer noch nicht, was ich machen wollen würde. Also, wenn dann
Right?
würde ich.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
Hi. Also schon, wenn dann würde ich mich eher dem Gesandten anschließen, I guess. Aber hat man auch die Möglichkeit zu sagen, man will nicht? Weil
It has been a relief to be
theoretisch
honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen.
verlieren wir
But
dann Sarah.
talking about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories.
Da ist auch Erinnerungen an Haus Warund, die nicht unschön sind. Das überrascht mich. Ich frage mich langsam, ob du in deinem Leben überhaupt schon irgendwann mal Spaß hattest. Du musst nicht darüber reden, wenn es dir unangenehm ist. Ich sag mal, ich bin für dich da, falls du jemanden zum Reden brauchst.
Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends.
Was meinst du mit Versprochenen?
It describes the people of House Varun. We who have been promised to serve the Great Serpent now and forever. In exchange, he promises to care for us when he returns to his domain.
Okay. Heiden können ganz nette Leute sein. Bin überrascht.
Yes, very. It was not what I was expecting. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter. For they are lost. Their fate is fixed and grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them.
Es ist nie leicht, einen Freund zu verlieren.
It's not something I have much experience with. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo. And zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them.
Du hast dich nie nach ihnen erkundigt?
No. I told myself it's because I never had the time, but in truth, I was scared of what I'd find.
Wie lange ist das her?
10 years. I was immediately reassigned to another role, light years away.
Wo sind sie durchgekommen?
I have no doubt they were resourceful. Still, how badly were their lives damaged by that moment? In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side.
Bist du dumm? Ich glaube aber doch. Ich habe heute sowieso nichts Besseres. Ja, wir können nicht flirten, wir sind mit Sarah zusammen. Wenn es dich beruhigt, bin ich natürlich dabei.
I am not sure I will find any comfort in it. But I think it is important, nonetheless. I am not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Aquila City. That is where I last saw Aaron Bascom.
Andrea sieht dich jetzt als Freund. Tschüss.
I find comfort in the idea that the odds of something killing us here are at an all-time low.
Hast du gerade gesagt, die Chancen, dass hier jemand von uns getötet wird, sind sehr niedrig? Du hast schon mitbekommen, was hier gestern passiert ist? Also für mich gestern? Anscheinend nicht.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together to say goodbye. You know, to Sam.
Ja.
Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Okay.
Matteo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
Ja, dieses Zentrum eines Multiversums. Wir bauen den Weg dorthin. Da draußen gibt es unendlich viele Ichs. Sie tun mir alle leid. Eine Vision von ihm aus einem anderen Universum. Ja, wir machen mal erstmal hier.
Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
Eine Sam-Vision sagte mir, die Allheit erschaffe die Starborn. Sie bereisen Universen. Ein Sondergesandter, ein Sternenblut. Die Allheit bringt uns hin. Ja, machen wir hier. Eine Sam-Vision sagte mir, die Allheit erschafft die Starborn. Sie bereisen Universen.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
Ja, ist unsere Mission ins Unbekannte zu gehen. Denkt an das, was uns erwartet, ein neues Leben, die Kräfte der Starborn. Naja, nur ein. Wahrscheinlich nur mir. Zeit nehmen, darüber nachzudenken, was das bedeutet. Ja, man sollte vielleicht drüber nachdenken.
You're right. This is a lot to take in.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen. These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn.
Weißt du noch, als der Weltraum unser einziges Problem war?
Aye. The blackest sea seems less of a concern when there are sharks leaping out at you.
Ich seh's mir.
Catch a smile out there.
I need to inventory all our equipment and other odds and ends for damages.
Was hältst du von diesem Konzept der Allheit?
It's silly, but I can't stop thinking about the idea that there are more of me out there. Even just one more Noel is crazy to consider, but dozens, hundreds, an infinite number of them? How different might we all be? Am I not even remotely the unique individual I thought I was? My head is spinning just considering it.
Ich würde wahnsinnig gerne mit mir selber plaudern. Das ändert nichts daran, wer du bist.
Well, I'm glad you seem so certain of that. I'll admit, I'm not that sure. At all.
Waiting for time's passage is the only cure for Constellation's wounds.
Was sagst du zur Allheit?
Keep coming back to one thing. Both of these Starborn, they're people you know. Only they're not the people you know. Say and do things the folks you know would never. Doesn't bode well for anyone stepping into the Unity. Or through it, or however it works. You consider what it might do to you?
Tja. Nichts wird hier verändern, wer ich bin. Das kannst du ja nicht ausschließen, dass sich was ändert. Ja, vielleicht ist aber auch eine Chance auf
Or
Nein.
end up trapped in whatever the Starborn call their life's way. Whatever their differences, they both follow Obsession's guidance. Let's
Habe ich
deal.
Planetendaten? Ich habe Planetendaten. Nicht viel, aber hey. Was sagst du
I'm
dazu?
not sure when things will feel safer. But we have not been attacked again.
Das würde ich glaube ich später fragen. Wegen dem Freund. Walter!
You forget how much you take a place like the Lodge for granted. Until it's threatened.
Was hältst du von der Allheit?
Counter to everything I've said and believed before. I've caught myself wondering if we ever should have started this search. If this is all true, and I have it right, we've potentially started a chain of events that will create more of these Starborn. Or worse, enable the ones we've seen to become even stronger. I am not fond of either of those options. So maybe now we have no choice but to finish this journey before one of them does.
Naja, ich glaube nicht, dass, also die werden ja trotzdem, naja, er war ja auch schon hier, der Hunter. Ich meine, gut, zu dem Zeitpunkt, als ich ihn getroffen hatte, hattet ihr auch schon ein Artefakt, aber halt trotzdem, also die werden ja trotzdem nach den Artefakten suchen. Wenn es nicht aufwendig nach allem, was wir durch mit der Allheit ja, wir wissen nicht sicher, was passieren wird.
No, I suppose we never really do. But I don't see any other possibilities right now. Look, I don't like the idea of siding with either one of these groups. I'd much rather see someone from Constellation get there first. I trust any of us far more than these Starborn.
Ja, letztendlich sind die ja auch Constellation. Halt. Ja gut, der Hüter ist nicht Constellation.
Don't you go do what you have to do. I'll be okay. Da ist Tja.
Good to be back in our own ship.
Liftoff initiated, Captain. Time to venture into that beautiful sky. We're at Apogee, surrounded by stars and the vastness of space.
Okay, also wir haben jetzt ja okay, bisher müssen wir Zeit umschlagen. Das ist Andreas Mission. Wir haben neue Artefakte. Geheimnisse der Erde. Wir machen mal einmal das. Um zu gucken. Na, die sind natürlich immer noch nicht. Das ist ja trotzdem. Bringen wir mal einmal den Weg. Vielleicht geht es dann auch
Jump complete. Normal propulsion restored.
mit der Quest weiter. Was die Constant angeht. Vielleicht, keine Ahnung, ich klammer mich hier an Klammern.
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
Hi. Please disregard.
Man weiß ja nie, man weiß ja nie.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work.
Miss
Hello.
Yang said we're
Teaching
experiencing
will
history
always
right
be a
now,
part of my life.
and that there will be books written about us. I'm gonna be in a book.
Ich habe einen Brief für dich.
Oh my gosh, really? I didn't know if I'd ever hear from her again. Well, let's see what she has to say. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy for her. I'll have to find a way to go see her sometime. Thank you so much for coming all this way to deliver it.
Was ist mit dem Brief von Janet?
Thank you so much for bringing that to me. I can't say it enough. It was wonderful hearing from her again.
Okay. Glaubst du, es war gut, dass sie gegangen ist?
Knowing how miserable she was with our situation, yes. Some part of me wishes she toughed it out and got used to it, but I know that never would have worked. This was the right decision for her, and I'm glad you were able to help her.
Hast du Pläne, sie zu besuchen?
While I still can't leave, I'm hopeful she'll come visit me. I'm sure we'll continue to send messages back and forth, so we can stay in touch.
Das ist eigentlich auch so die Briefe. Es ist ja 2330 oder so. Und wir schreiben Briefe. Würdest du auch gehen, wenn du die Chance hättest?
No, I'm happy here. I still feel a sense of duty towards the other colonists, or whatever we're considered nowadays.
Wie geht es dir, seit sie gegangen?
Well, I was worried about her. None of us have ever left our people before for obvious reasons, but hearing that she's safe and happy makes me glad for her.
Okay.
Another time, then?
Captain Brackenridge says the future is bright, but I think the Constant was pretty bright too, so I don't really know what she means.
It's well.
Glad you're not an alien. But that would have been
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to be more.
That planet was not right for us anyway. No doubt the next one will be. Safe travels to you.
Hey, if you ever want some piloting tips, I'm your chica. Take care of yourself out there, eh?
Okay. Ja, hat sich nichts
I
getan.
maintain order around here.
Das ist, belastend. Aber das Spiel ist ja auch erst seit 7 Wochen draußen, also in der Zeit kann man halt nicht solche Bugs beseitigen. Das ist halt...
Taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Greetings, Captain.
Glaubst du den ganzen Kram mit der Allheit? Portale zu Paralleluniversen?
Human understanding of physics has until now shown no indication that such a thing is possible. And yet, we have now encountered 2 individuals physiologically identical to unique humans we already know, possessing knowledge and technology that it seems improbable for them to otherwise have. It is indeed possible that they are telling the truth, that this unity does exist. More data is required.
Doch, es kann nie einen zweiten Vesco geben, Vesco. Vielleicht ist das alles nur ein Schwindel. Ich meine, gut, das ist natürlich, ne, also, es gibt nur nicht.
Yeah. Practically speaking, it is entirely possible to duplicate my memory banks and replicate my functionality in another Model A unit. I would recommend speaking to Mr. Stroud about the costs of such a venture.
Okay. Was habe ich auch anderes erwartet? Würde gerne mal... Du.
Do you need something?
Ich kann dich nicht fragen.
Oh, I'm curious now too. What's on your mind?
Oh. Okay. Aber du hast dazu was.
The two of us make quite the pair, eh?
Du hast auch nichts dazu zu sagen?
Oh, you're going to make me blush again, aren't you?
Perfekt entwickeltes Spiel.